Shelley. I am the scientist Victor Frankenstein.
I am one of the narrators.
And I also tell the story. Mary Shelley was born in 1797. Her mother was Mary Wollstonecraft, a writer and intellectual. Her father was the famous philosopher William Godwin. Mary never knew her mother, who died shortly after Mary was born. She grew up in a liberal, free-thinking household full of academics and artists who came to visit her father. As a small child, she heard Coleridge recite the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner in their drawing room. She listened to scientists talk of the new exciting developments in electricity, receiving a broad education where many women in her day could not.
In 1814, when she was 16, the young, hot-headed romantic poet Percy Shelley came to visit her father, whom he greatly admired. Shelley was 19, married, with a child and another on the way. On the 28th of May, 1814, Mary and Percy eloped to the continent. Mary was 16 years old. Even today, with our more liberal views, it is difficult not to be shocked by their behaviour. In 1816, they arrived at the Villa Diodati in Italy, sharing it with the notorious poet Byron. It was a dreadful summer with incessant rain, and the rebellious artists were confined to the house. It was Lord Byron who suggested that
we will each write a ghost story.
At the time, Gothic fiction was extremely popular, writing which proposed terror or even cruelty as its main themes. The intention was to scare the daylights out of the reader. Mary took the challenge very seriously, so much so that her ideas for a story filled both her waking and sleeping moments. The basis of a novel designed to thrill and shock came to her in a dream. She wrote,
I could not sleep. I saw the pale student of unhallowed arts kneeling beside the thing he had put together. I saw the hideous phantom of a man stretched out on the working of some powerful engine, show signs of life and stir with an uneasy, half-vital motion.
And so, Frankenstein was born. Close your eyes. Imagine the monster called Frankenstein. Tall, probably green, with a huge bolt through his neck. His movements are stumbling. He mumbles and looks like a mechanical mummy. Wrong. 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 He is not called Frankenstein. He has no name at all. He is simply the creature. Yes, he is certainly larger than life, but he's pale with long, dark hair. In the novel, the scientist is horrified by what he has created.
I beheld the wretch, the miserable monster whom I'd created. He held up the curtain of the bed, and his eyes, if eyes they may be called, were fixed on me. His jaw opened, and he muttered some inarticulate sounds, while a grin wrinkled his cheeks. He might have spoken, but I did not hear. One hand was stretched out seemingly to detain me, but I escaped and rushed down the stairs.
The creature is stronger and faster than a human being.
He speaks with witty eloquence.
He loves nature.
He exists on berries and nuts. Frankenstein is the name of the scientist who created him. The creature was supposed to be beautiful, supposed to help mankind and be the forerunner of a new race of supermen.
Unfortunately, Frankenstein's ambitions reach beyond his capabilities. He means well, but is so horrified by the ugliness of what was supposed to be perfect that he abandons his creation, who flees into the forest, frightened and alone, a kind of lost boy.
And just like a child, the creature wants to know more about the world, about himself. Sadly, the more he knows, the more terrible the world seems to him. At first, the world is an angelic paradise, filled with strange creatures.
He thinks humans are beautiful and wishes to be loved by them.
But one day, he sees his own reflection in a pool of water and is terrified of his hideous form. When he reaches out to others, they show the same terror and try to hurt him, even kill him. The creature quickly learns that the world is not a paradise for him, but it is for others.
He will always be on the outside, looking in, alone.
Hateful day when I received life, I exclaimed in agony. Accursed creator, why did you make a monster so hideous that even you turned from me in disgust? God, in pity, made man beautiful and alluring after his own image, but my form is a filthy type of yours, more horrid even from the very resemblance. Satan and his companions, fellow devils, to admire and encourage him, but I am solitary and abhor.
And so, the creature decides to find his maker and extract a terrible revenge for neglecting to give him love or companionship. When Frankenstein rejects him, he seeks a terrible revenge by destroying everyone that Frankenstein loves. Soon, Frankenstein will be alone, just like the creature. Together, they are locked in a terrible fight, both living to destroy the other. At the end of the novel, Frankenstein sounds like the creature, and the creature sounds like Frankenstein. No wonder we mix them up. Like Frankenstein, the creature longs for death. Like Frankenstein, the creature's only comfort is in the beauty of nature. After Frankenstein dies, the creature wishes to die also.
He is dead, who called me into being, and when I shall be no more, the very remembrance of us both shall vanish. I shall no longer see the sun or the stars, or feel the wind play on my cheeks. Light, feeling, and sense will pass away, and in this condition, I must find happiness.
The rebellious Mary Shelley created the ultimate rebel in literature, a man who plays God and who cannot live with the consequences. He is an overreaching hero with such lofty ambitions that he must surely fail. The scientist Frankenstein intended to create a perfect man. Instead, he creates a monster. Frankenstein himself becomes monstrous in his own behavior as he seeks revenge on the creature who has caused so much destruction. The novel warns us of the temptations of science, of our desire to explore the unknown. Shelley shows us that we should use our knowledge with care. Frankenstein states,
Learn from me, if not by my precepts, at least by my example. How dangerous the acquirement of knowledge, and how much happier the man is who believes his native town to be the world, than he who aspires to become greater than his nature will allow.
When we think of the novel Frankenstein, we must not think of a monster outside trying to get in, but of the monster inside trying to get out.
He sprung from the cabin window
he said this, upon the ice raft which lay close to the vessel, he was soon borne away by the waves and lost in darkness and distance.
Where are you guys going?
The loo.
The lockers.
They're gonna get in so much trouble. Let's go to class. Bye.
There was none to lament my annihilation. My person was hideous and my stature gigantic. What did this mean? Who was I?
What was I?
Whence did I come? What was my destination? I ought to be thy Adam, but I am rather the fallen angel. There is love in me, the likes of which you've never seen. There is rage in me, the likes of which should never escape. His limbs were in proportion, and I had selected his features as beautiful. Beautiful, great God, his yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries beneath. His hair was of a lustrous black and flowing, his teeth of a pearly whiteness.
Oh, where have you been? Hi. Sorry. Ages. Sorry. Get that quick. She gets so angry when we're late.
Oh, yeah. Plus we were dramas.